Hey, I'm Mark Romanack. On this week's episode of Fishing 411, we're going to visit the Niagara River, not very far from Niagara Falls, and we're going to be targeting steelhead. Stick around because we got a couple special guests I think you're going to want to meet.
Fishing 411 is brought to you by Offshore Tackle, your leader in trolling technology. Fishing 411 is brought to you by Offshore Tackle, your leader in trolling technology. Jay's Sporting Goods, trust in the tradition. Yakima Bait, home of the rooster tail. Cisco Fishing Systems, fish the finest. Northwest Ontario Tourism Association, there's no place like this. Starcraft Marine, America's oldest aluminum fishing boat line. Evinrude Outboards, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2, the outboard of the future, available today. Maxima Fishing Lines, the right line every time. Also, these fine sponsors.
You know, our Niagara River adventure started out in a little town called Lewiston, New York, and the intention was to catch steelhead, and so we were targeting the river. The best laid plans of mice and men, sometimes it doesn't work out that way, so we had to go to Game B, and Game B ended up being down at the lower end of the river, right where it dumps into Lake Ontario, and that's where we caught our first fish, a beautiful brown trout.
Yay!
That's what we're talking about.
There's one. We got him too. I'm gonna sneak into this corner, Mark.
I'm gonna go and get a landing net.
Okay. I don't know what kind of fish it is, but I'm guaranteeing it's a fish. We were pretty far back trying to search out some fish, and he's coming right in. Coming in pretty fast too. It's a what is it? It's a coho or a king? Oh, it's a brown.
Brown.
Nice brown. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice brownie, that's the nice thing.
That's a beautiful brown.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Fishing like this, you have to catch just about anything.
You have to cut in front of here.
There you go.
Do the honors on this.
There you go, nice
What a
brownie.
spectacular fish. That's the kind of brown that we've been hoping to see right there. Look at that. Congratulations.
Thank
Woo,
you.
Baby.
Thank you. You know, you can feel that lure working, thump, 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 thump. You know something's gonna happen. You know it is, and bam, it's not a subtle bite. It's a, I want to eat that thing now. And that's essentially what it was. It was just one giant yank, and the results are in the boat.
Well, it's first blood here, and what a nice brown. What a gorgeous brown, Frank. I get a kick out of the presentation. This is something that we normally don't do. We don't normally run plugs in combination with weights like what you do here. This is a special kind of presentation.
Oh, it is. And you know what? Fishing hasn't been, 100% at the top of this game, but this is a good way to search. This is what I call a search bait and a search method. We're actually covering a lot of ground. The fish are a little bit scattered. They're looking for the bait. We're looking for the fish, and it enables us to keep going and, turn them on, and finally we got them to bite.
I'll tell you what, the markings on that fish are just absolutely gorgeous. We caught quite a few browns yesterday out in the big lake, and they were more washed out. They didn't have nearly the markings that this one is, but what a spectacular fish. Man, oh man, who wouldn't be happy to catch that?
Oh, exactly, exactly. Great fight too.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm looking forward to fighting my own here shortly.
We'll go and get them.
What do you say we put this one back?
Absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
let's take a second and talk about the rig that caught that beautiful brown. I think it's unique because something that I don't see an awful lot, but it's your day-to-day rig here. It's basically a modified three-way rig is what it is.
Absolutely. It's, you know, our fish are pretty bottom oriented. So the majority of the time we're looking to fish on the bottom. We found that this rig keeps you on the bottom, and there's a lot of snags here, so it keeps you out of snags. So it's ideal for fishing the Niagara.
All right, very cool. So simply what we're dealing with is a three-ray rig. Your dropper is short, like we would normally use.
Yep.
And your lead length back to the crankbait, and we're using a mag lift in this case, is a little longer than what I normally associate. Normally I'd associate about a 4-foot lead, but this is an 8.5-foot rod here, so we're using just about a 7.5 or an 8-foot leader here.
Yeah, it all ties into the idea that the water's fairly clear, so we're going a little bit out of our way to make sure that we you know, lessen our footprint in the water for the fish to see. So we're using a longer leader. We're using fluorocarbon line, which is, you know, practically invisible. We're using smaller swivels and sinkers. So, you know, you're downsizing everything. You're right-sizing the way you're fishing, and it equals success.
Well, there's no doubt it equals success. So basically a round frame bait caster, a 7 to an 8.5-foot trigger stick style bait casting in the medium action.
Oh yeah.
And then again, the mag lift at the terminal end seems to be getting the job done for us.
Exactly, exactly.
Very cool. Let's go catch another one.
Sounds good to me.
Additional considerations provided by Argo Amphibious ATV, Extreme Terrain Vehicle Solutions. Additional considerations provided by Ontario's Algoma Country, That Real.
On our Niagara River adventure, we had two guests on board. The first one was Frank Campbell. He's a local guide. In this area, he's legendary. Everybody around here knows him. And when I researched this particular show, when I went online and I started saying, you know, who's knowledgeable in the Niagara River area, Frank's name kept coming up everywhere. So this guy has really got it going on. So we knew we wanted to zero in on Frank, and he was kind enough to take us out and show us around and put us on some great spots and show us some great fishing techniques here. And then our second guest, of course, is Buzz Ramsey, and Buzz and I have been friends for a long time. Those of you who have followed fishing over the years know what Buzz's reputation is. I mean, he's a legendary fisherman when it comes to trout and salmon. He's traveled all over North America, in fact, all over the world catching trout and salmon. So anytime you got a guy like that in the boat, it's a good thing. Buzz represents Yakima bait. He has designed a whole bunch of different lures for them. And in fact, all the fish we caught were caught on lures that Buzz Ramsey helped design. Got a mile of line out here, but I'll get to the landing net for you quick.
I feel like a little better fish, but it's hard to tell. You know, you've got light line, lighter action, and just decided that he was hooked up.
So I'm assuming you think this is a lake trout?
I'm thinking it was a laker. We were marking those fish right on the bottom.
A little bit deeper water too.
Yep. And with the mag lift, it's a perfect wobble to entice the fussiest laker.
Indeed, a lake trout, and it's a quality lake trout. Look at that code. That's a good lake trout right there.
Yes, sir.
Eat the same bait?
Same bait.
That's the same bait that you caught the brown trout on earlier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely crazy.
Here's the fin clip on this side.
Yep. Fin clips over there, and he wanted it. I mean, it was no ifs, ands, or buts.
That's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful fish.
That is beautiful.
That lure's been pounding on the bottom, right where they live, huh?
Yeah,
Look
right
at that.
Lake trout want to be, right on the
Yes.
bottom.
Unbelievable. We'll let him go, get a little bit bigger. Maybe catch him next time. He'll be 10, 15, 20 pounds. Whoa, Nelly, whoa. And we'll make sure he swims. I think he wants to go. Might need to switch over to some other colors. You know,
Yeah.
We've been working those couple other colors, but they're picking this one out, so.
Whatever you're doing, don't change.
I was gonna sell you this lure.
All right, well, we'll have to talk about that. Definitely
No.
like that silver and green you got out there.
It's a home field advantage at this point in time, I guess. You know,
My opportunity, I'm going to sneak right in here between you and the back of the boat where I'll be right in the right spot to net him when it comes.
yes, sir. It's another laker. And there he comes. I can see him down there.
That's another high quality fish.
We got Buzz's line. It's off now.
Looks like a carbon copy of the one you just caught. Well, that is a dandy. I just love it. I just love it. I think it's pretty cool. And again, same bait.
Same bait.
You haven't changed baits all day. It served you well today. The mag lip has got the job done.
I like sticking with things if I have a feeling they're going to work, and you know I had that feeling. So we'll.
Very cool. I'm going to dig in my box see if I can find the same color.
Additional considerations provided by Lowrance Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate. Fishing 411 is also brought to you by Okuma, High Performance, and Mustang Survival. We save lives for a living.
Buzz
Came off. He came off.
I think so.
Yeah, you got him.
I got one.
Oh, I got mine too. Now I'm back.
What's wrong with this picture?
There you, I'd leave your line in the water. Well, you had a double. You got a double, so maybe that's the only way we're going to get a triple.
Oh my gosh.
We're having fun now.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. Fish on, fish on.
I tried to shake mine off, Mark. He actually hit it. I hooked him. He came off and he came back and got it when I was reeling it in.
That's what we call it, suicidal.
Oh, that is a fish that wanted that mag lip.
Oh no, I see. We got time here.
Okay. You ready?
Ways out on here.
Okay.
Let's take this one. All right, there's one.
Put them out. I'll handle him.
Feels like he's got some weight to him. It took off and made a pretty good run there. About halfway in. Oh yeah. Got the net? Yeah. Where the hook pops out, right? Whoa, watch that net.
The floor is slippery. Got a little lake trout slime on the floor here. I almost took a half in.
How about that?
Yeah. Lake trout. That's great, Frank.
Did a great job, Buzz. Great
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
fish.
You even let me catch the bigger one on this.
Yeah. Yours, they're about the same length. Yours just had a better diet.
Yeah.
That's
They're like
good.
people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Niagara area, I mean, we're obviously here in April, but the neat thing about the area is we have a year-round fishery, and kind of nice that I can make my living fishing 12 months a year. It's cold during the winter, but it's nice during the summer. And, you know, I think that's one thing that keeps me excited about fishing is the fact that we can switch from steelhead to lake trout to salmon to smallmouth, and if you come at the right time of the year, you know, all 4, 5, 6, 7 species are available. So it's a little something different for people. You know, we can offer them. The nice thing is you can come up, you can bring your family. Where we're fishing out of Lewiston is about 5 miles below Niagara Falls, so you know, the wife and kids can come out fishing. You can next day go visit Niagara Falls, visit Fort Niagara. It's, you know, something, it's a vacation destination is probably the best way to explain it. You know, you have great fishing, come the right time of the year, you have great weather, and you know, it's family fun all the way around.
The thing that's always impressed me about this region, New York, people think about New York, they think about New York City, but upper state New York and along the shore of Lake Ontario is really, I mean, yeah, there's a few more people maybe over this end of the lake here around the Niagara River, but it's like you're out in the boondocks almost, and the fishing all along the lake is fantastic. And the further you go, I think sometimes the better it gets. You got the St. Lawrence and Big Muskie and all kinds of stuff over there, and it really is a fishing destination. When I think about places to go, this is one of them.
Additional considerations provided by Striker Brands. Give Mother Nature the cold shoulder. And Bait Rigs Tackle, America's innovator of fine fishing products. Fishing 411 is also brought to you by Fishhawk Electronics, featuring Fishhawk's Catch Fish Guarantee.
We got a double, so that's the only way we're going to get a triple. Lake trout.
The beauty of this three-way rig is it's simple to fish. I mean, it is very simple to fish. Essentially what you're doing is letting your crankbait out. The weight is taking the crankbait to the bottom. You're free spooling it to the bottom. And once you feel it hit the bottom, you close your reel bail and you can drop it back and you can feel the weight tunking the bottom. And what it allows you to do is fish fairly swift water and get a crankbait down with a short amount of line out. And it allows you to maintain contact with that bottom all the time. Virtually every single fish we caught, brown trout or lake trout, was caught in contact with the bottom. I got a hookup. It's been a long way today. It's been a tough day for me today, but it's been an awful lot of fun, that's for sure.
Well, we're out of the way, Mark, so.
So you're saying it's just like all up to me now?
Man versus beast.
Man versus beast. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is nowhere near the size of the trout that Buzz caught a little while ago, but I can see him down there.
Well, someone has to get the cute one, right?
Yeah.
It's like sisters.
Had to work hard for this one. We're going to get her unhooked and right back quick.
Yeah.
Because that fish keeps growing. Smallest trout of the day, my only trout of the day, and I'm proud of it. So, hey, back she goes. Look at this. She's going to give you a good portrait. She doesn't even know she's free yet. We're going to go back down there.
Neat.
Cool.
I suppose I'm going to be netting this myself or tail hook.
We might consider that. Yeah. We'll see how this goes.
And that's probably because they're worried about losing the hot lure.
Yeah.
No, that's what happens when you start catching them a little bit more. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful laker. This one's porker though. About the same size, just a little bit more porky. And he jumped.
Get that very often on the lake.
Yeah.
No, I'll be a friend.
You're all right, Mark.
I'm ready.
Despite what they say about you, you're all right. In the end, you came through.
You said you want to go back under the boat again. Oh, that was almost a bad deal. There's a big enough lane that it's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of them have been
There's
decent
only been
size.
one small one.
I wasn't going to say that.
Another beautiful porky Niagara River lake trout. We'll let him grow and maybe he can get as big as the one you just caught, Buzz.
Yeah, probably will.
Beautiful fish though, healthy.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you'll see lakers with lamprey scars on them, which is a parasite that attacks them, but this one's in good shape. We'll let him go and grow and get bigger.
Cool beans.
I fished the Salmon River that runs into the southeastern corner of Lake Ontario. I'm sure you have too. And of course it was named the Salmon River because of the Atlantic salmon. And of course it has Pacific salmon in it now, Chinook and coho. But I guess they do have some natural reproducing Atlantics in there, and it's pretty cool.
It's a glamour fish. I don't know, what level of success they're going to have, but in the recent years, we've caught some very big Atlantics out here, up to 20, 22, 23 pounds. So it's pretty neat. Yeah. And you know when you have one on. The line does not stay down.
Ooh, he's pulling. It's got to be a lake trout, I guess. Huh?
Well, him too. I'd say he's got to be a little bigger than the one I
He might be, yeah.
Good rod.
He is pulling. Either that or he's got his mouth open, Mark.
We're getting a little funky. It's late in the day. We're tired. We fished hard today.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what, we've had a great day, but we fished hard.
yeah.
We've earned every single bite we've gotten today.
Well, I wish that steelhead fishing would have been a little better this morning. I wanted to catch one of them Niagara steelhead.
Well, there's another day. We've got a few more days left on our trip. So we will make that happen.
Yeah,
And staying down good.
yeah, he is. No, he's not much bigger than the others. Just fired up. Well, look at that. Look at that
right
plug down his throat. Yeah.
Definitely high quality.
Ooh, there it goes.
Good job, Buzz. Congratulations. That's a beautiful fish.
Hooked him in the bottom of the jaw with a belly hook. Huh. Wow. Well, let's see if we can get that out of there.
Well, hey, thank you very much for joining us on Fishing 411. My name is Mark Romanack. Before I let us go, I got to say a couple thank yous. First, here on my right, I'd like to thank Captain Frank Campbell for putting us on a wonderful bite today. Frank, how are people going to find you when they're looking for a charter?
Best way, NiagaraCharter.com.
Very cool. And of course, over here on my left, we got Buzz Ramsey, whose lures that we're using today have helped make us a wonderful fishing trip. Buzz, I tell you what, every trip with you is an adventure, and this one's been great.
It was fun for me too.
All right, very cool. Well, hopefully we'll see you folks here, same time, same place, next week. Let's put this one back.
Closed captioning is provided by Orca Coolers, built for everyday use and total abuse. Fishing 411 is brought to you by Offshore Tackle, your leader in trolling technology. Jay's Sporting Goods, trust in the tradition. Yakima Bait, home of the rooster tail. Cisco Fishing Systems, fish the finest. Northwest Ontario Tourism Association, there's no place like this. Starcraft Marine, America's oldest aluminum fishing boat line. Evinrude Outboards, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2, the outboard of the future, available today. Maxima Fishing Lines, the right line every time.
Need to tune up the hook point or resharpen it. One of my favorite hook sharpening tools is a file. The thing about a file is it removes a lot of material in a short amount of time. So you want to hold the file fairly parallel to the hook point and file it on at least two sides until it's sticky sharp. So sharp the fish can't let go.